This'll have to be cut. Some of it's top
No
secret
shit.
project.
You worry so much about cutting when I'm the editor.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yacht. Damn.
That's good.
Fuck, bourbon's nice. Yeah, so thinking on like subjects of how I'm gonna run. Well, it's gonna become a cult. I'm sure.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's worth doing.
Do you want to explain what you're going to do?
I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it yet. I like the pagan structure. Something very like ancient and British Islesy about it, which I think is something that we've lost connection with in this modern day, because like our essential Englishness is what got us here and built everything that we have around us, for better or worse, but we've just lost connection with where that came from like stone circles and shit like that. There's this grand cultural history that we're the direct descendants of for however many thousands of years, and then we're just like, no, we know better. We have video games and don't have to worry about
almost like we've
God or
forgotten
anything.
history and just
and we're unhappier for it. Whereas like,
is it like no
to go
mystery sort of thing anymore?
Yeah.
If that's what you're trying to say.
Whereas like to go out and set up a pagan circle, and whether you use exogenous compounds or not to initiate a mystical experience, it's good to go out and touch grass and like build a little community and stuff like that.
I think we touched on a bit of that last time.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah. So it's a good idea, I think, but I actually have to do it. And on top of this, on top of learning the guitar, on top of everything else that I'm doing.
So the point is you want to reintroduce that sort of aspect of like what we used to do before we had the internet and things like that, and how we kind of lost our way.
Yeah.
You want us to like go back out, go and experience nature again.
You're going to put on a tweed jacket or a kilt and go very, very
Well, you have to convince
patriotic
people first,
old world.
don't you think?
Yeah.
You can't just do that and then people are like, well, that's not normal. You're a weirdo.
Yeah,
And
well,
then you don't get what you...
likely to happen.
You don't get people following you then. There is a way to go about it, at least nowadays, yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna, yeah, it'll be a project, but all it has to do is like change people's lives positively at all, and it'll be worth doing. The second you start to make money off of it, then it's like, oh, is that culty?
Or is it religious?
Yeah, what? Where do you draw the line? And
yeah, I know. What defines a cult and what defines a religion? Do you know?
it's going to be tough to navigate. No, actually. I assume just religion's this like large enough level of organized and socially accepted that cross the line into religion from a cult, but
yeah, okay.
it's just like...
It seems like religions are more socially acceptable, whereas like cults are like, oh, they're probably doing something a bit shady that doesn't really seem right, but as you were saying, like, what if that was just religion before it became popular?
Yeah. It's all made up.
When does it become accepted? Yeah, that's right.
We're all
Where's the
making
line
all
drawn
of it
on it?
up.
Yeah.
It's weird because religious organizations do bad things too. But
yeah, absolutely. But they're still around. The
Yeah.
cult leaders,
and lots of people
when they get caught. Anyway.
Once you start murdering people, or the classic cult leader, I spoke to God and God says I have to fuck everyone's wife. That's when you're like, yeah. It's not exactly what whatever God out there says, but I think I spoke to God and he says I have to fuck everyone's wife. That's the same. You're getting the same signal as that, like, reproduction is holy and meaningful. You're getting that same message, but you're interpreting it differently, which is person to person dependent and all that business.
Do you think that it's based on like that person's morals and how they think? Like that's what determines whether or not they're like, instead of like, oh yeah, we need to like reproduce, get the human race going, like basic instinct sort of thing, to I need to fuck everyone's wife because I'm the chosen one or some shit.
Yeah, we're a flawed animal, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the reason we have to have checks and balances in positions of power, because if you just give someone the reins and let them do whatever they want, the like monkey brain desire to just root women takes over, or the other way around if it's a lady in charge of the cult. I don't know, but both have happened throughout history, I'm sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Generally in Netflix documentaries. Lol.
Grasp
That's the worst case scenario. The nightmares is like, yeah, maybe if we just hang out on the weekends and do something like stand in a circle and do some meditative stuff or
Seems a bit sus though.
make it the whole while in the back of your mind going, don't become a Netflix documentary in 15 years.
Or end up on Nexpo and that.
Yeah.
This guy is a cult leader.
So creepypasta. Yeah.
He's disguising his religion.
Have updated and angering news on the subject of psychedelics being legalized for the various purposes that they are going to be in Australia.
By the TGA or?
Yes.
Yep.
Professor John Scarrett, at the head of the TGA, is the same guy that let in got the mRNA vaccines rushed through approval in order to use them against the virus, and he's known allegedly in the pocket of the large pharmacological industry. And once again, he's rushing psychedelics ahead of the rest of the world, and then going, oh no, what if it costs $30,000 for a course of treatment? Yeah, no one stands to gain money in that through the private medical. Yeah, it's all dirtier than I thought last week. I've lost
That sucks.
some faith in that. That just keeps happening with the larger medical
But is it
system.
still on the table? That
Yeah,
legislation
it's going
that?
ahead.
Yeah, okay.
But it'll cost as much as a small car.
But it doesn't look good
when like
you already have someone who's rushed shit in before, and now it's the same thing, and it's just like, well, yeah.
it seems
it's not
good
helping
on
the
its
case.
face.
Yeah.
But then you see the price tag that they're talking about, and you're like, oh no, you guys are just going to gouge people that need help for every dollar they have. As much as it is important that we set up structures and frameworks so that these things are done in safe and effective ways, it's very easy to say, well, it's got to be safe and effective, and we'd better set it up this way, and all of a sudden you can blow the cost out in the name of little markers on the edge there for the safety of the patient, the safety of the people involved. You can make it really expensive. Yeah. Whereas, like, the mushrooms grow everywhere.
Yeah, but they're not going to tell people.
Not actually.
Them,
yeah, that's silly.
No, yeah, absolutely. Oh, by the way, guys, free mushrooms just lying on the ground here right for you.
There's the joke within the, like, mycology community where it was like side by side two identical photos of little brown mushroom, and it's like, yeah, little brown mushroom, high psilocybin content, blah 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 blah, like just all the descriptors of it, and then it's like the next photo is fool's little brown mushroom, instant death upon eating. Like,
yeah,
it's a gamble to just like go out in the wild and pick something and eat it.
That would be the other consequence.
You kind of got to know what you're doing.
And then
dead
people fucking dying.
Yeah,
not good. And it got recommended by someone. Someone's head's going to roll after that.
Yeah, it can't happen that often, but it will happen.
Yep.
Across the planet. Somebody's thinking they're about to go on a journey and then just carking it in the woods.
But no one advertised it to them.
No.
So it's okay. Not really, but it is. They did it at their own risk.
Yes, that's disappointing and upsetting. And it seems like, I think that will only drive people to do things underground, to be perfectly honest, because like the government's admitting the cat's out of the bag, this is really good for people. And if the amount of charlatans and people that can take advantage of that, because you can be a little bit charismatic and convince people that you can help them. That's how cults and or religions form, lol. But yeah, if it's going to cost $15,000 to go through the proper channels, or somebody's willing to do it for $1,500 in the backyard, who knows if that person can actually help you? They probably can.
I was thinking.
Yeah, you're running a risk all of a sudden that you're going to invite charlatans out, and more people will get hurt because you've made the official channels so prohibitive.
I was thinking probably the main benefit that would come from it. So you know how you were saying the government would, they're saying like it can help. Well, that's a good start. But let's say they introduce it. The people that do take it will, in a way, advertise like, yeah, it helped me, I got better, sort of thing. So even when they take it back, more people will already know for the better that this can help them. So in a way, well, it probably should be introduced in order to help people. And even if it ends up getting taken away, at least people know that this is a way out, even though it's not illegal. Oh, sorry, it's not legal.
Yeah.
But people are aware of it. They're not just holding it back.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting how this plays out over the next 10 years. Because in the States, they're talking about like 2025, 2026, I think, that they're going to be, late 2024, that they're going to deschedule it for these purposes, for the purposes of these particular therapies. In the way that Australia has done it, we've just jumped the gun. Whereas normally we're a couple of years behind them. Like, we don't even have it all legalized or decriminalized weed. Oh, sorry, except in the ACT, where possession's not a criminal charge anymore under a certain amount. Right, where all the politicians that have admitted to doing it work and live. So that's funny.
Convenient.
Yeah, it's all a bit shallow and silly.
They probably don't mention that very often.
Rules for, yeah, well, exactly. Rules for thee, but not for me. But yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see how it all happens. The best thing that you can do in the meantime is probably just hug your loved ones and carry on living. Keep calm and carry on, as it were. So I bought a massage gun to massage my legs after overtraining, because I'm going pretty hard doing the strength and the sprinting work. I haven't worked out a heterosexual way to use the massage gun on your hamstrings. It's
just yourself,
Yeah, I know, but like, I was at a friend's house and his housemates come in and I'm just lying on the
Yeah, that's when you're not supposed
carpet,
to do it.
And I'm just like bent around double trying to like drive this thing out of my hamstring. I'm like, oh, hey.
Very interesting.
Very, the look in their face was pretty funny. So they've just walked into their own house and there I am, contorted into a DNA spiral.
Nice.
Yeah. As it comes with...
That's just called asserting your dominance, man.
Consider it asserted.
Right, this is my house now.
Yeah. It comes with a trigger point attachment. It's like a little harder plastic cone. So like if you've got a knot in your shoulder or something, you just get a friend or loved one to hold it on there and...
to attack you with it.
Yeah, you will probably cry a lot, but it will release it. With it little, like, maybe inch in diameter, hard plastic cone. I like to call the trigger point attachment the men are obsolete attachment. Yeah, it's just a horrifying thing to look at.
For?
Sorry?
Do you get a massage a spot for like 5 minutes, or it just depends on how tense you are? Or
It depends on how tense you are. Like, it's all pretty internalized as to whether or not you feel better, then you can stop. Yeah, you sort of got to dial it in.
When you got one this week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to train more. And I was very sore, so I'm like anything to speed up recovery.
Overexert.
No, I've had the weekend off since then. I just had the opportunity to get this in, so I was like, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, balancing recovery is the possibly the hardest part about doing all this exercise at once.
You still got 3 months?
Yeah.
Oh, 2.5,
3.5.
probably? 3.5?
Yeah. Well, it's like mid-June.
Mid-June, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're mid-March, so...
Yeah, I got we did a trial sprint. And again, like I'd done really heavy strength work the day before and I was a bit sore and like stabilizing muscle on my leg was twinged. So that's why I got the massage gun to try and work it out. And I could still go and like do some slow sprints and try and nail down technique. So when I do make 75% to 100% attempts at it, the technique, I've got more hours doing the technique. Well, more minutes doing the technique so that it's better overall. So it was worth getting out there and doing it anyway. But I was in no condition to be racing. And then by the last one, I was like, all right, I've got one more left in me. Let's go side by side. You forget, one of the guys, it was like, you forget that he was a high school, not champion sprinter, but like he was actually up there. So yeah. I got absolutely pantsed. And I'm like, I am injured, but that was still a long way away.
So you went and raced with all four of the people?
Just one of the other guys.
Just one of them?
Yeah. It's tough to get everyone in the same place, but now that I've been absolutely pantsed in that event, I don't want to train with him anymore. I don't want to accidentally encourage him to train more by dragging him out. Sure. I'll just go do it by myself.
But now you know what you're up against too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now I pretty much have to accept I'm not going to win that one. So I shouldn't put too much.
Don't give up.
No, I'm not giving up. It's not about...
You can't just say, I can't. You have to do better.
I don't know if 4 months is enough time to revert that. Oh, look, I'm giving it my best shot. The training schedule's all set up. I'm pushing pretty hard. I'm eating well. I'm trying to get good sleep, etc. But I shouldn't like pin my happiness on that I'll beat him, because I might not.
No, you can still be a realist about it.
But 100% the outcome is I've tricked him I've tricked all of them into exercising more, which is good for them. Bring them up to the level of somebody who's actually competent with their life rather than just sitting around playing
Believing they're good enough.
The new wizard game.
That's banned.
Oh, yeah. Sitting there with a vibrating gun on other people's couches, just
while they walk into their own house to see you doing that. Yeah, very appropriate.
You begin to make the wrong noises too. Oh, sorry, the right noises, I guess. Because if you're actually sore, it's pretty intensely painful. And you're like, yeah, just that like it takes the wind out of your wince.
Oh, who the fuck's filming a fucking porno in here? Shit.
Yeah, it's that the OnlyFans dad bit from.
Doing
Games,
that guy. Yeah, that was good.
Hey, you show some respect.
He's making millions of dollars.
Look what your dad does to put food on the table. You like that new Xbox? Yeah. God damn.
Are you going to go see the new John Wick?
I didn't even know there was a new one coming out. I probably should.
No, that's understandable.
See what time I have.
Movies aren't really... You don't really think about them nowadays.
No.
Not after...
Got out of the habit with
memes.
COVID. Yeah. No, I found other ways to fill my time, so...
Yeah, true.
People are like, have you played the new... No, I haven't. I do enough.
I can't believe people still ask you that, actually.
Yeah.
Regarding video games. Like, have you played this? Have you played that?
No, did you see...
I don't even play video games. The only thing I've been playing right now is my fucking guitar that I just bought.
Yeah. I'm becoming the nightmare. I'm becoming the guy that's like, I'm just going to play it rather than talk to people.
What is the nightmare that you refer to?
Or just like somebody who's like always playing their guitar rather than socializing when is meant to be socializing or...
You're one of the biggest socializers ever, though.
Yeah, I guess.
I doubt you were just going to like, you go to a party or whatever and then all of a sudden you just pull out your guitar and start playing like instead of talking to people first. It's not you.
I won't be bringing guitars to
At
parties.
least not yet.
I won't let myself do that. I can't. That's disgusting behavior.
Why?
Why would I force myself on people like that? I don't want to hear them play a musical instrument randomly in a social setting.
Or have you ever been somewhere where someone's done that? Like someone you just talk to, like just pull out an instrument and then just start playing? No, it's
my actual physical worst social nightmare. Is just being around.
So it's a nightmare to you.
Like,
it might not be a nightmare to other people.
Yeah. Yeah, it might not. But I actually have to be good before worrying about that. I am not good. Getting better, but I am not good. I don't want to hear me play. At all.
Then you're not going to pull it out anytime soon.
Exactly. One day I will have to because I will actually be good and be like, hey guys.
Check this out.
Watch this.
Yeah, that's cool.
Once I'm good, I'll be like, fuck you.
You can get away with music more than like, hey, check out what I did in this game. Like one of our friends we know who's like plays way too much of the same game for so much of his life. And it's just like, I don't care. I don't play this game, nor do I give a crap about it. Sorry. Yeah. Find something else to entertain yourself. I don't need to hear about it. Sorry.
Had new personality. Yeah. To be fair.
I have more than just one type of personality. When it's just, I like this. Sorry, you go.
When it's something I'm interested in, though, I have pretty much infinite time for people talking about motorcycles.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But you can't introduce that on people, but...
Yeah, I forced it on all my friends, so it would have people to talk about it with.
But generally, like those, you already have an idea that these people might like that sort of thing. Yeah. A lot of people are into motorcycles.
Yeah.
Even like the older generation. It's very easy to start a conversation and be like, yeah, do you like motorcycles? Yeah, I like motorcycles. I ride this, blah, blah, blah. Do you watch MotoGP? Stuff like that.
You turn up on a motorcycle anywhere, someone will want to talk to you about it.
Yeah, it's basically a conversation starter. You don't even have to say a word.
It's either, I used to ride, this is what I had, I think yours is awesome, fuck yeah, bikes are cool. Or it's like, I know someone that died. It's like 50-50.
But it always starts a conversation.
Like, my brother broke his leg, and I'm like, good fit. What? That's not a, I don't
sure I
know
need to know
you.
that part, but okay.
Yeah, I believe it. These things aren't safe, but... God damn.
I don't remember there being a roll cage on this, so yeah, okay.
That's a strange way to open up dialogue. Yeah.
It would be funny if they were like, oh yeah, my brother, he used to ride bikes, but he rolled himself in a car.
Yeah.
It's like, not sure how that relates, but all right.
Yeah, that's like, I went to the beach and somebody going, I saw someone was bit by a shark the other week. Like, what?
Yeah.
How's that? Yeah. I see how it's
Like,
relevant, but
do you just not want me to swim?
God damn,
Or
that's
what?
a party pooping moment, dude.
Yeah.
Don't be such a downer.
But if they're like, I watched Jaws the other week, I don't think you should get in the water. Like, cool, man.
Yeah.
Jumps in, yeah.
They should never watch an expo.
They just never leave their house.
No, they shouldn't. Look, different people have different ideas about risk management. Different people have different tolerances for risk. It's like a genetic, developmental thing. Like, yeah, some people are different. And if you don't think motorcycles sound awesome as like something to do, you shouldn't be near one because you won't like it. You have to be wired to want that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Spilling my soul on that and having opinions about that still feels less intimate than just playing the guitar for strangers. Unless I'm actually good, which I am not.
What makes a good conversation starter? If we establish motorcycles are great, because a lot of people do have an interest in that.
I guess or you've got to take chances, right? Like the best conversation starters, like grab people's interests, the things that they're interested in.
Yeah.
Or like,
but if you rock up on a motorcycle, right, people immediately know, oh, he's into motorcycles. Why else would we buy one? Immediately starts that.
Yeah.
But
you're in the
if there's a video
now.
game you want to talk about, for example, or just video games in general, you have to actually say that you're interested in this before people realize, oh, he likes that.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, I've been turning up on motorcycles for too long to actually have to like talk to new people. I've been in a comfortable little friend group.
You would talk to new people, wouldn't you?
Yeah, for sure.
Like that time that you were parking your bike and it fell over and these people came in like, oh, you know, is your bike all right? I don't know if you remember that.
I do painfully.
And you're like, it hurt because it scratched it.
It hurts me deeply emotionally to think about it now.
Why'd you bring that up?
But yeah, I'm going to cry. That was can't have nice things.
Yeah, oh well.
Don't park facing downhill with pea gravel around with a super sport in a car park, in like a
with people around especially.
Rural car park. It was the oh my god of this bloke's wife that I was like, I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
Get that one on that.
I'm like, yeah.
Save my shame. Yep.
Ugh, I feel dirty now. Thanks, man.
Like you fell over in gravel.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Well, I don't have to talk to that many new people. It could be fun to talk to new people, but when? I do enough.
Oh yeah. No, you don't have to.
It's
But it's just like, let's say you show up to an event or like a meet and greet for your business or whatever. Like it's a good conversation starter.
Oh yeah, I'll
without
talk
you even have
beer
to say
with
anything.
anyone.
I mean, drinks get everyone to talk anyway. But
yeah, actually, working as a brewer is a fantastic thing because everyone loves beer unless they don't. Yeah. And they're like, well, I don't like beer.
Well, there's a huge interest, isn't there?
Okay.
So like the people that show up are already interested in it.
Yeah.
So yeah, of course, you're going to get that conversation as long as you're interested in it as well.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
and because it's work related, unfortunately, even if you're not interested, sometimes you just got to knuckle through it at these events.
Mm.
No, I guess if I was going to be talking to new people a lot, I'd have to start like cutting friends off the roster, basically.
I suppose. It depends if you want to make those new people your friends.
Yeah.
And you want to start
upgrade.
Upgrade.
Bait and switch.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, like you are the average of the five people that you spend the most time with.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So if you're not doing as good in your life as you might think, do you really need to be hanging around with the people that you hang around with? You might like them, you might enjoy hanging out with them, but if all you do is get drunk and watch stuff on the internet together, like that's fun to do, but if that's all you do, that's all you do.
Yeah.
Like there's the reality of that.
Like when someone comes and asks you one day, whether it be a relative or just someone who's curious about meeting at a meet and greet and shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, what do you like to do and stuff like that? Like, what are you going to say? You watch YouTube videos all day?
Yeah.
How are they ever going to relate to that? Like, and if you're self-aware enough, you realize how silly that kind of sounds. Like, this isn't a good conversation to have.
Don't get me wrong. I love watching some YouTube, but
not everyone watches the same stuff we
watch. No one watches the same stuff.
Right.
That's the beauty of it.
It's not the same as like a movie. Oh, have you seen this movie? Have
you
seen that movie? Or have you seen this series? That's more relatable because they have big names attached to them. But a YouTube video, that's gone and done in a day. It's uploaded, people watch it, never speak about it again, generally.
That's it's a positive that everyone can have an entertainment experience so tailored to what they want to watch. It's also a negative because it kind of removes that like shared culture aspect of community groups and things like that. So like you have less and less in common with the people that are close to you and around you because you can watch whatever you want, have it tailored exactly to you, which is why there's probably some credit in circling back to right at the start. There's probably credit to doing like little shared occasional cultural things with people that you know. And yeah, that we're coming back to religion from first principles again. That like that it's probably worth doing something in your life that like grounds you and connects you to a community of people
that you all went through together.
Yeah.
Whatever it may be. Like going on a camping trip.
Yeah.
Sitting around a
If you
fire,
could
talking
ever
shit.
fucking replicate the 2019 trip.
One day, man.
One day. No, I don't think so. I don't think we're going to get to
Where's
do
your
it.
hope, man?
There's no hope. Because I would have to do it, and I try and do it every year, and every year somebody's got some dumb bullshit excuse, but I can't. It's that meme where
I
it's
don't
the
have
guy
time for
like,
you, only me.
I'm in an F-18. I'm under a railway bridge in Surrey. I'm in the... Yeah, and it just like cuts to all this like TV host in all different places. Yeah, it's that. That's our friends whenever we try and organise a goddamn thing.
Nowadays, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you can't really sulk about it.
Yes, I can. Watch me. I'm right here.
But it's like we're no better than them then.
Sulking in a public
they
forum.
sulk when they don't get their own way. They haven't grown up. We've grown up.
Yeah, fuck them. I'm
That's the
going to get
difference.
my own way. It just doesn't have to be with them. I want it to be, sure, but like they actually have to...
Yeah, you
We
can
can-
only carry them so far.
We can recreate these experiences of our youth of going camping and getting drunk. Now that we've just talked about how just getting drunk as a personality probably isn't great, it's fun to do sometimes.
Yeah, as long as you're not doing it all the time.
Yeah, it is bad for you. I'll put that caveat in, but yeah, life's not all about doing optimal things. But yeah, it's hard to construct a shared culture when no one else is interested in it. So I guess it's, if you want to do that, you just got to find people that are interested in doing it.
Yeah. Some things are harder to say when people are interested in it.
Yeah. And they'll like say they are, but then don't follow through.
Yeah.
You're like, you can just say no. But
Yeah,
like you have
pretty
to be
much.
honest enough with yourself to say no so you don't waste other people's time. God, I hope they listen to this. And they'll
you
be
know
like,
what,
no,
I
fuck
feel a
those
bit like that
guys.
when I've tried to organise people like, do you want to go do this? Do you want to go do that?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, I'll get back to you. I'm busy this week, blah, blah, blah. Never get back to me. I ask them and I'm like, you can literally say no. Please, like, just tell me. And then I never get an answer on top of that. Like, wow.
Yeah,
All right, whatever.
Some people live
I'll
in their
move
little
on and keep
world.
working on my shit then. So
Yeah.
be it. Until next time. Yeah. At some point you got to move on as well.
Yeah.
But if they, I reckon at least, if those people tried to organise that with you and you said no, they'd be the ones more upset than you are.
Yeah, for sure.
Hmm.
I wonder if they'll just like invite the people that you think will want to come and then just like not. But you sort of got to offer it, I guess, if you're trying to create this shared experience again. But like, we're getting older. We've only been adults for like half a decade, but that was half a decade ago.
Yeah, but
Effectively,
eventually
we had this experience.
your responsibilities keep adding on.
Yeah.
Especially like when you start creating families and proper careers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then time becomes more limited. You should appreciate it while you have more of it, because the more you age, generally, if you're doing something with your life, the less of it you've got.
Yeah. There was definitely some romance to just like trekking across the countryside and camping in a new spot each night and sitting around a campfire, talking shit, getting drunk, going fishing, etc. There's definitely some romance to that, but I don't think anyone else really appreciates the like that if you want that again, you have to set aside the time to do it. I think that's a big part of what we want to do with Dugite Media, the YouTube channel. Like give people examples of how to go and touch grass and how cheaply it can be done and what's involved in this sort of thing. And
It's simple.
there's
Just get the fuck out.
very little
Your
chance of dying from exposure in Australia, which is good. Compared to colder climates, it's like you're unlikely to be so cold with cheap gear that you'll die. Can happen. Like it's going out into the wild is never 100% safe, but you can generally bring enough stuff, and it's water that you need to worry about more, but water's cheap and easy to just like pack a 24 pack of plastic bottles. Not that bottled water's the best for you, but
It's water.
yeah,
You
it's
still
either
need it.
that or die of dehydration. So I choose the
the slightly
Microplastics, yeah.
Slightly less life I might get.
Yeah.
Compared to just dying of dehydration.
Yeah.
So sidetrack from that, something I will say regarding the camping trips is that Black Point trip we did where we just like stayed up late drinking and then we got up after 5 hours sleep, rolled all the way down south to the South Ocean, went for a swim and just came back up. That was a pretty good trip.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That's something that we could be doing more.
It's just 5 blokes in a fucking ute going down a fucking very boggy track.
Yep.
That was good.
That was a good time. Yeah, but
as a one-off, awesome.
That was like a 36-hour endeavor.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, that's...
But yeah, replicating the more longer trip, 4 or 5 day, 4 night trip, a bit trickier.
Yeah, well, it's not that tricky if people will just take a week off. And then we just go do it. It's not that hard.
My life.
It's like, oh, but I have to work this Sunday. Like, why? Get a job. The chances of them actually listening to this, low. But if they do, boy, are they going to
more
be...
action, all right?
Yeah.
I want to see it. Stop saying you're going to do it. Actually go and do it.
Yeah. Actions speak louder than words, man.
Absolutely.
That's like in any relationship, like friendship, romantic relationship, anything. Like if you actually show up, that's...
expected.
Yeah. Like that's to communicate that you will show up. You just have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then...
But to go above and beyond is what people actually want.
Yeah.
You know?
You can do that.
Oh, you do care. It's not just you're showing up because you have to. You actually want to be a part of this. That's good.
Yeah. Enough people don't have the attitude of, let's make this happen. A lot of people sit there going, oh, can I be bothered? But I could be just sitting at home being comfortable, rather than, that sounds fun, let's do it. There's no blind commitment to doing adventurous things. Yeah. I'm sure there is in enough people, but we're just not friends with them, apparently. Yeah. So it's crazy.
Well, they dipped last minute. That sucks too.
Yeah.
That's pretty shit.
Yeah. So anyway, 2 new friends.
Wow.
Fucking
diabolical.
Replace them. Yeah. Well, I fucking love that guitar. I'm addicted, dude. I can't walk past it. It's a problem. I just keep picking it up and being bad and being angry with myself. And yeah, it's that addiction part of the brain. I should never have started. I went to the parents' place and dug out the old shitty electric one that I had as a mid-teenager that I like kind of dicked around with a little bit but never really got into.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now I have 2. I went in the space of like a fortnight. I've gone
still
from...
working on that?
Yeah.
Electric one? Yeah.
Yeah, in the space of like a fortnight, I've gone from being not musical at all to being so unable to put down a guitar. I've gone and got myself a second one too, and carrying them both around now.
I see.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's good fun. Yeah, it's good to keep practicing, and like even 5 minutes a day is better than no minutes a day. You really want to be practicing more than that, but you can just get it in every single day. It solidifies the wiring in your brain. It's one of those weird skills. It's like rubbing your stomach and patting your head. That like, the harder you focus on the individual components of playing, the worse you get. But if you just kind of like get in the zone and flow through it, you do better, which is odd. Like you still need to be, there's still technique things you need to nail down, but you can kind of like cast your focus onto that as it's happening, and then, but like let your body do it. Because there's the instant feedback of if you're doing it wrong, you'll hear it and it'll sound awful. And yeah, it's fun to do.
When you overanalyze yourself, you think, fuck, I was doing it better before. What am I doing wrong? And you overanalyze and you just keep failing.
You get flustered. Yeah, I can't believe I spent 5 years without touching a musical instrument. Can't believe it. It's so good to be back at it, man. I can't believe I went without.
Oh well, you made other choices to do other things.
Yeah, waste
set your
time
sight on other things.
Oh my god, there's no reason why I couldn't have been doing this. There's no reason why I couldn't have been working out like I am the whole time.
Yeah, you didn't know it then, though.
Yeah,
but now you do. So now you can only improve.
Now I'm unhinged with how I spend my time.
You want to spend all this time.
I have so much stuff to do. And then you're like,
fuck, where's all my time going?
I like the Rogan comment where he's like, it actually physically upsets me when people say that they're bored. I'm like, do you want to do some of my shit? I have too much to do. I don't get to do everything that I want to do. There's not enough hours in the day. And yet you can't find anything to do.
People are saying they're bored, obviously don't have any purpose in their life.
Yeah.
I don't know, go for a walk and go think about it. Go use your brain. Come on.
I'd love to pick up a bow and arrow, but where I'm living, there's not really opportunity to do that. I'd have to go somewhere to do it, and yeah, that's just I don't have time to. But like, I'd love to get into it, and I'd love to spend like an hour every day. It's another thing, yeah. This brings it back to that camping trip that we'll never replicate, because it was a coming of age thing for the boys, TM. But like, we're adults now. Lots of us have long-term partners. We don't just exist as the boy. I had a long-term partner at that time too, but no one else did. So it was like...
You know what else this reminds me of? Not exactly the same as the trip, but just like the first time you listen to like a song, or you watch a movie for the first time, the wonder of it and just everything about it.
Yeah.
But every time after you watch that, it's never the same. It's almost... And even reading a book as well.
Yeah.
You never get that same the first time reading, like, holy shit, that was amazing. And just everything you go through, like, you have more emotions the first time you watch it than like the second time watch it, read it, listen to it.
Yeah.
It's special the first time.
You get so used to doing things normally in your day-to-day life. Think about how many hours of being alive extra you've had since you were 19. And you're like, there's not as much. You've been out in the woods, you've been camping. You're not as like, it's not new and exciting that you all have driver's licenses, you can all drink, you've all got a week off because of uni break, we can just go anywhere we want. Oh my God. Now they know. Now they know the reality of it, that it's a lot of time on the road, hungover, feeling like microwave dog shit. And now that all they remember is, well, not all that they remember, but they remember that the good times came with that effort and that suffering. Not that being hungover is like a noble effort, but it is still uncomfortable, and you've got to get through it.
If it ain't the consequences of my own action.
Yeah, exactly. But some people, yeah, they go through that discomfort and they don't think, wow, we got really good stories. The stories are only good because of how uncomfortable you were the whole time it was happening. Like,
hey, it wasn't meant to be good for you, but it's good overall.
There's no good story ever starts with, so we went on this trip and everything went well and we were all happy the whole time.
That's boring as fuck.
Yeah, no one cares.
Yeah, that's right.
You're like somebody who took
never
their
got drunk. Everything was all
Holden
good.
Cruise up a 4-wheel drive track because they didn't realize how boggy it was going to get and just committed. And how did they not get that car stuck? You get good stories because silly things happen. If you get away with it, you get away with it. But it'd be good to do that sort of thing. But I don't know, we're older. We're older and we exist within the context of the ladies in our lives too. And it's good to go and do things that are just for the boys. But yeah, who knows?
They got to understand that too, though.
You only, with a full-time job, you only get 4 weeks off a year. How much of that are you going to spend with the boys versus the other people that you love? And you spend some of it with the boys for your own sanity. It's like, that's what men like to do.
Well, if anything, if you spend heaps of time with your missus and stuff, like, then you should prioritize your time with the boys when you do have it, because it's going to be fleeting anyway.
Yeah.
But they don't see it that way. It's like, oh, I've already organised this. Yes, if you've already organised that's fine. But if you organise over the top of something we plan, what the fuck are you doing with yourself?
Yeah. You've got to be willing to...
We're already getting less and less time as we grow older. You don't see it yet, but eventually this is not going to be a common occurrence.
You've got to be willing to suffer a little bit. And like the example of, I don't want to come and hang out because the traffic's going to be bad. It's like, do you value hanging out with your mates less than the mild discomfort of being in traffic for a bit?
How can you even say that? Of course you're going to be in traffic. You're driving somewhere. Get over it.
But the traffic will be bad. I'm like, yeah, but like, we're going to die one day, maybe in traffic, but...
Ride your bike.
Yeah. As the chance I move like 300 k's away.
Imagine whinging about something and it's like, but when we get there, we're going to have fun, you idiot. Who gives a shit?
Yeah. Some people just can't see over that initial hump of effort.
It's pathetic.
It's got to be like low testosterone or something, man. It's this symptom of people that don't get much done these days. And they just like the comfort and They don't think big. They don't stretch themselves. They don't push themselves. They don't take risks.
They just get comfortable.
Yeah.
Don't move.
Which is a shame. It is not something I want to be a part of. So even though I love lots of these guys to death, yeah, I need to do stuff that's adventurous and challenging and exciting for my own sanity.
Yeah, I understand.
Build something new.
Signing off.
Yeah, easy.